Very recently, I did a couple of videos in regards to incels. And I mentioned a former friend of mine who was definitely an incel. And I had to stop dealing with him because I couldn't deal with his problems and his erratic behavior. Well, I just had an update because he's still going through the same things. Just basically, the guy wants a girlfriend real bad, but he pretty much insists that she has to be like a model. And I try to tell him, guy, you're gonna have to, if you're having problems getting a girlfriend, you're going to have to crawl before you walk. You may have to deal with somebody that is not up to your standards until you get there. And as I mentioned before, this is a guy that attracts women. As soon as he walks in the room, they're looking at him. And he'll go forward and, make his play. But usually after they talk with him one or two times, usually on the first date, or they talk with him like a good 30 minutes, they don't want to be bothered anymore. And that's what I call just being socially awkward. He is the epitome of socially awkward. I understand that he's lost a job because of his social awkwardness. That and flirting with somebody on the job, which I had recommended that he not do some time ago, but who is he to listen to me? And in another social circle, there's been a problem with him and with so-called harassment. And one thing I had to say about that, you hear all this Me Too stuff, and I guess I first started hearing a lot of stuff ever since that Anita Hill and the Supreme Court judge, I forgot his name. Anyhow, if women are truly being harassed, I'm the type of guy that say throw the book at the guy. But what I have a problem with is when a guy that is socially awkward makes a pass and basically he gets persecuted, prosecuted, punished, or whatever you call it, like a guy that really did something bad. And I'm kind of like, come on, there's a definite difference. But yet, a guy like that may flirt with a girl one time, be kind of awkward about it. She reports him for sexual harassment. It's not a whole lot different than a damn near potential attempted rapist. And I think that's grossly unfair. As for my friend or ex-friend, I really did try to talk with him about some of the things he was doing, and he didn't want to listen. I mean, he would come for advice, but he didn't take my warnings. I'll put it that way. And part of the reason why we're not talking now is I got tired of him going out on dates and then coming back yelling because he's angry because he can't hook up with the girl anymore. And constantly, he was blaming her. I mean, obviously, you're doing something wrong. The thing I do say about women, outside the fact that I still don't think you should make complaints of sexual harassment just because somebody's awkward. But the guy's not perfect. He's not real smooth or whatever, and he doesn't get a shot. And I think that it's unfair that a guy like that, who might be a decent guy, but he's not a smooth character. He doesn't know the right things to say. And he basically gets shot down for that reason. I mean, I know of socially awkward girls. I hate talking to them because I have to do all the talking. And if I'm talking with a lady, hell, I can parlay. I can talk. I can conversate. Yeah, I can do it all. But it's really awkward to talk with a girl that is socially awkward herself. But I'm not going to kick her to the curb because of it. I mean, to me, that's grossly unfair. Whereas you rather be with somebody that's a smooth manipulator than complain because he was a smooth manipulator, you know, when things don't work out a little later on. So in that sense, I do blame women to some extent, because in reality, when it comes to relationships, I know the game is played where the guy has to generally make the first move and all that stuff. But in the end, if both parties, the guy's not going to be in a relationship by himself, the woman is not in a relationship by herself. So, I mean, it's really up to her just as much as it is him. So to kick a guy to the curb because he's socially awkward, frankly, I think that's kind of unfair, but what can I say? And what do I know? That's the way the game's been played ever since, you know, Methuselah or whatever. So as far as my friend is concerned, I mean, it's so sad because a lot of this stuff was going on last time I talked with him back in 2013. And I mean, it's 2018, 5 years later, and it's the same old thing. I mean, I first met the guy around 2010. It's the same old thing. So, I mean, he does have problems. He does have problems. Just like a lot of incels who don't want to admit that they do have problems on their part. And being that he is a guy that has a potential to be a Tyrone and he just can't seem to carry the ball over the goal line, I would think that, you know, at least some woman would at least see that and just, you know, kind of help the guy out. But apparently the ones that are in that situation might be a tad bit overweight or whatever, and he just don't want to deal with them. So what can I say? It is what it is.